Hey man, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. Expedia Group, which includes Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo Vacation Rentals, is launching 2 credit cards this summer that build off of their One Key loyalty program. And while I can't say that either one of them is a must-have, if you are someone that prefers to book your travel through Expedia or through one of these other companies under their umbrella and you don't want to carry too many credit cards, I could see some appeal here. So let's look at each card, both of which are MasterCard credit cards issued by Wells Fargo. There's no exact date as I make this video for the launch, but they say this summer, so it's going to be coming soon. So the first card is a no annual fee card. It is called the One Key card. In terms of rewards, it's giving you 3% back in One Key cash, which is a terrible name, but 3% back in One Key cash on your Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo vacation rentals purchases, and then also 3% in One Key cash at gas stations, at grocery stores, and on dining, and then you will get 1.5% back on all other purchases, again, in this One Key cash. And I keep saying One Key cash because that is what you are getting. You can only redeem what you get on this card for this One Key cash that you can use toward future bookings at Expedia, Hotels.com, or Vrbo. New cardholders can get a nice bonus on this card with a fairly easy spend. You get $400 again in One Key cash if you spend $1,000 with the card in the first 3 months of having it. $400, obviously a nice bonus on a no annual fee card, although again, you are limited to only using it toward future purchases on one of these properties. In addition, as a cardholder, you get silver status in the One Key program, which is going to give you greater rewards on some of the stays that you might book, 5% at Vrbo and then 6% on some of these VIP properties within the other 2 websites. And then you also can get 15% discounts on certain stays. So none of this is across the board, but you do have some discounts and extra rewards that you can potentially earn. And then in addition to that, no foreign transaction fees. You've got cell phone protection on the card. You've got trip cancellation or interruption insurance or protection. They use these words sort of interchangeably, and I'm never quite sure why. And then there's the auto rental collision damage waiver, which you can think of as basically like car rental insurance. And that is actually primary on this card versus secondary on most other cards out there in the market, meaning that you're not going to have to go through your own insurance first if there's a problem with your car that you have rented. So you could go through this card as long as you have used this card to actually rent that car. So looking at this card overall, if you are someone that likes to book your travel in this way, maybe using Expedia as your main sort of travel search engine, and perhaps Hotels.com and Vrbo if you do vacation rentals, well then you might like what you're getting here. You're getting decent rewards all on one card, so you don't have to necessarily juggle multiple cards to feel okay about things. A pretty good bonus on the card, and then you also have things like the no foreign transaction fees, some of those travel extras here. So overall, if you want okay rewards, don't want to juggle a lot, and you like to book your travel this way versus going directly to airlines, directly to hotels, or using a different credit card travel program, I could see the appeal. Now, like I said, there are 2 cards, and if you like the sound of that first card, actually it makes a lot of sense that you might like the sound even more of the second card, which is the One Key Plus card. Now, this one does have a $99 annual fee, but again, if you like the first card, you can probably justify that annual fee based on what you get here. In terms of your everyday rewards, mostly the same as the other card, 3% on those Expedia properties, 3% gas stations, grocery stores, dining, but then 2% on everything else. Again, that is One Key cash that can only be used toward future travel. You've got a bonus opportunity on this card that is $600 in One Key cash if you spend $3,000 with the card in the first 3 months of having it. Maybe more importantly, you get $100 in One Key cash every year with this card after the first year. And so with a $99 annual fee, they're essentially kind of giving it back to you in travel through Expedia. So you are getting that bigger bonus in the first year, and then you're going to get $100 in One Key cash every time you re-up on this card. But wait, that's not all. You also are going to be elevated to gold tier status in the One Key program, which is going to give you even a little bit more in rewards when you book through Expedia or one of the other properties, and it's going to give you even a little more in discounts on certain properties. You're also going to get up to $100 as a credit toward TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, the programs that help you get through the airport faster. So obviously you could sort of think of that against the annual fee as well. Now those programs are over multiple years, so it's not like you're getting $100 every year. But anyway, it is something as well. And then the rest, pretty much the same. The cell phone protection, no foreign transaction fees, and those travel protections that we talked about. Now, I do have some quibbles with these cards because you are sort of making a trade-off if you decide to get one of them. First off, the cards do not build significantly on the existing One Key loyalty program that you can be part of with Expedia and these other sites without ever getting the credit card. So the existing program is going to give you 2% in One Key cash on those purchases at Expedia and the other properties. So giving you 3% on them when you have the card is not really all that significantly more, because if you think about it, you could just use a different credit card when you book at Expedia or one of these other ones, and you would get the 2% on the One Key program. But if you had a 2% cashback card, you'd also get 2% cash back through your credit card. So that's actually 4% versus the 3%. Now you do have certain properties where you can get more, 5% or 6% with a no annual fee, or maybe even a little bit higher on the One Key Plus card, but still it's sort of the base level. It feels like you should be giving your card holders at the very least what they could get if they used a different credit card on your properties, no matter what they are paying for. So that, not great. And then of course, while the 3% at gas stations, grocery stores, and on dining is pretty decent, you could do better on any of these categories with other no annual fee credit cards on the market, as well as that sort of default level on either of these cards, because there are 2% cashback cards on the market where you get 2% on everything. Now that would mean that you would have to carry multiple other cards to sort of equal what you are getting in rewards on this card in these other categories. But of course, these cards are limited to One Key cash, where if you were using different no annual fee cards, you'd be getting cash back, and that would just be, you know, cash you could use any way you wanted to. And then of course you could think about other travel cards and think about the multiples that you might get on these same categories. So if you are okay with having one card, or you want one card that is going to be pretty good, but is not necessarily the top in terms of the rewards you're going to get in all these categories, and you're okay with being limited to Expedia properties in terms of how you use your rewards, well, then this card could be good for you, and I'm not going to judge you if you get it. But if you're someone that really likes to try to maximize all your categories, this is probably not where you are going to go. So that is it for this video. Would love to hear your thoughts about these cards in the comments section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you don't have a comment, or you're not going to go to the website, the next video you're going to want to watch undoubtedly is right there.